we're here with Florence, and we wanted to thank you, Florence, for coming in to talk with us about your experience with chiropractic care. You've been a really tremendous practice member over the years. We wanted to highlight some of the progress that you think that you have made over the last months. And so maybe you can share with our audience and those watching about your experience, and maybe include first how you found out about chiropractic and when you started care, and then we can start to discuss your journey with your health.
My name is Florence. My daughter went for the chiropractic, which I didn't know, she did not tell me. So there was two incidents actually that prompt me to find out more about this chiropractor that can help me in the vertigo. Because somewhere around 2020 that I was actually having an experience of this vertigo, and so just went for the general clinic then it occurred another time. To me it was quite serious thing, but to know more deeper I need to find out what is the actual cause, what are some of the actual effects that I get this, plus what I would like to do about it.
Can I ask you, in 2020 or when you first had your first bout of vertigo, what recommendations did you get offered for help for vertigo? What were some of the things, maybe the GP
I didn't get immediate help, because the GP would just say, oh, it's quite normal, as you age. They are just giving me the medication that would just help me, the dizziness to go away. And of course they say that, after 1 or 2 sessions, it will just go off. But if it's recurring after maybe 6 months, if I were to have it once a year, that means I feel like I should deal with it at the root. I should not as and when it comes, then I go to the clinic, things like that.
Yes.
That prompted me to find out. I realized that chiropractic can help. I straight away link it to my daughter, so she set up an appointment for me, and she found out that it does help. But because I was not consistent myself, and nobody tells me that I need to be consistent in this.
You get adjusted regularly?
Regularly.
Yes.
So therefore, it's I feel better than 1 month, 2 months, and then I don't feel so good. But like I say, nobody tell me that I need to be consistent. So I just lapse here and lapse there. I think it was almost a year. It was only last year.
So you were going
I
maybe
experienced another issue. Yeah.
Okay.
I experienced another issue is the sciatic nerve, because it's I feel something. It's the weakness on my legs or on my muscles, which I'm not very, very sure. This was the thing that have led me to be I should be going back to my chiro again after a lapse,
Yes.
maybe 1 or 2 months. But again, it was I'm very superficial on that area, whereby I don't have much guidance.
So, which a lot of people, I think, unless you're guided to know that you should be going, even during the times you're not in pain, nobody would assume that you should be going to get adjusted between those times, because we're all taught to think that we only go to see doctors when we have pain, when we're uncomfortable, when we have some kind of symptom, but nobody is there to tell us that the best time to get care is when you actually feel okay, right? When you don't have symptoms, so that you prevent anything from reoccurring or coming up. So something like your sciatica, maybe you can explain what you're feeling, because a lot of people have heard that word sciatica.
It was a minor incident whereby when I was in the washroom, I just bent a little bit to take the tissue, and that's it. It's not a sharp pain, you get what I mean, but it was serious to me. It's I never almost I cannot walk, but I managed until I reached home. So that was wake up call, so called.
Which happens a lot of times with people, is that they bend over and they pick up something even very, very light, or they're brushing their teeth, or they're washing their hair, something that they've done every day, and all of a sudden something catches and it doesn't feel right, or it feels unusual, or very sharp pain, or it just kind of takes their breath away. And it's usually not that one incident that has caused that pain. You know, it wasn't usually the action of brushing your teeth or picking up something. It was probably months before that. Things were slowly getting worse and worse, which you can't feel. And then your body can't take it anymore. And just that same action that you've been doing every day, that is when that one time is when everything kind of resurfaces. And it's your body telling you to do something about it.
Correct.
Pain is something that we always have to think, what is this pain telling me? How can I listen to my body? It is your fire alarm in your body. And so we should all be thankful for those. It's not comfortable, but we should all be thankful for those pain signals, because otherwise we wouldn't know what to do, right? So after that incident, what happened?
After that incident, it was like, for the next it's like October, November, I began to go for like at least
regular,
once a week, at least once a week.
Yeah.
And in December, I met Dr. Derek. And the staff there were very kind because I asked one question. Yeah, do you think that these, sessions that I am doing, can help me in this this area? Which was the first session I actually speak to a chiropractic. In a little bit more details to his advice to me was I should, based on what I shared here, I should come in
regularly,
twice a week.
Twice a week, yes.
Yeah, that was in November, December, and in December I was traveling. It really go up to my nerve. My concern is that, I'm traveling far away.
So you were preparing for a trip?
So preparing for travel, right? Yeah.
Overseas. Where were you going?
I went to London.
Oh, okay.
My daughter, she's working there, and I don't want to incur any trouble for her.
We do see a lot of people who come in who are in that situation where they have either minor or major pain and they have a trip coming up that they cannot cancel, that they must do a lot of walking or exploring or visiting. And so they get very nervous about, will this pain go away? Will my body be able to handle this trip? Even just the flight, even a 4-hour flight can definitely cause excess stress to the spine. And so did you manage to take that trip, and was it okay?
Actually, I have a few sessions with Dr. Derek because he did a quick few sessions for me, even though if I come in even after just one day, it was like a max up like five sessions or 4 sessions before I travel. Yeah, and I had a pretty safe, I would say, a safe trip.
Something that we really, I feel, encourage is our practice members to ask questions about their care, about their progress, to get to know us as their chiropractors, get to know how chiropractic exactly helps the body heal. And we really value and appreciate the practice members who do want to know more and more and more about their health, because in this time of day, it's very uncertain if we'll get these answers from our doctors. And so it's really important for everybody to understand everything about what they're being recommended from any kind of practitioner. And so for you to recommend to keep digging and to keep asking questions is really important, and I think very valuable for especially the senior population who may not get this information from the outside. So it's nice to hear that you appreciate and value the education.
I also would like to say that one sentence that I will always remember that from Dr. Derek is that I need to have consistency for me to see results. And his assurance was very good, because he said in 6 months' time, you will for sure see results. I would say so confident and so certain,
And now that it has been over 6 months, do you find that what he has said is true?
Yes, it's definitely due to the X-ray, right? Because when the X-ray came, even though with your in-house scan, but the X-ray was the part whereby I can visually see actually the visual improvement of what I have been consistently doing these few months. But I would say it's like I didn't really expect, a high improvement, makes a really tremendous change. And not only the X-ray tells me that, because when I don't feel inflammation at the back, I feel like, my shoulder blade or my neck is improving, but it's a progress that maybe maybe slow in certain part, it's speeding up. Because when I came in, it was like based on the report, based on the report and the in-house scan. I'm in the significant range, That means a lot of improvement. There should be really that I need to perhaps work hand in hand with Dr. Derek. This 6 months has been like, if I see at my own graph, then I can tell that significance have greatly reduced.
And what would you tell somebody who is maybe your age who also experiences vertigo or sciatica? If you put yourself back in the time before you started care, what would you tell somebody who was your age who had those symptoms and also felt like there was no solution or there was no hope for them anymore, and the older we get, the unhealthier we should feel, or the more pain we should be in? What would you tell that person?
I would give them some encouragement to go for these sessions of chiropractic, because a general practitioner or our normal doctor, they will just give like some kind of medication. I believe that through this session is like our body adjusts by itself, right?
Yes, it heals. It heals by itself. Yes,
and therefore they don't need injection, or they don't need like taking that kind of medication all the time.
And do you feel that now, looking at who you were last year compared to this year, so you're 1 year older, just like we all are, do you feel that you are now healthier today than you were last year?
I'm glad that I'm energetic, so it's like I can walk. I have reduced headache, so there's a tremendous improvement in that. And the in-house scan shows also like, the first one when I came, it was like, indeed it has a lot of significant part that needs to
improve.
Look at.
Yes. So this is the first scan,
the black one,
and this is the most recent scan. Right?
Yeah.
And when we see this area here on the top of your neck, that is the one that is related to the vertigo, right? And what we have seen is such a clear difference between when you first came in and where you are at now. And it's something that, the computers don't lie. It's something that this is why we do what we do. This is why we measure through the computerized nerve scan, so that there's no guesswork to see, is this actually working? Is Florence getting better? Are you healing better? Are you feeling better? We can see it in the actual results here. So it's really important for us to focus on the progress in the scans, as well as in person, how you're feeling. So combining the two, technology and the physical work that we do, we're able to help track the progress. So I'm glad that you keep all of this. And also the x-rays as well. So we want to take a closer look at your x-rays so that there is no guesswork in, improvements. And it is something this is why symptoms are one of the things that we can never rely on, because even if somebody is, say, feeling a lot better, doing better, they have less sciatic or no more dizziness in the first couple weeks, their x-ray might tell a different story. And if you remember your x-ray, your first x-ray, and how significant and severe it was, thinking about the years past when you didn't have vertigo, you didn't have sciatica, you didn't have so much pain, if we were to have met you 10 years ago, 15 years ago, the changes that could have happened is something that I always think about, even for myself as well. If I had been under chiropractic care when I was 10 instead of when I was 19 years old, what a significant difference to my life that would have been. But at any age, chiropractic can enter your life and change it dramatically. And it's something that I think you have really shared your story with us as a testimony to, no matter what age we are, it's always very important to take care of your health. And also chiropractic care can be that vehicle to get you to that place.
I'm truly glad,
Well, I'm truly glad for you too.